Did you know there's a guy who predicted the world's crisis in 2008, 3 years prior, and made a ton of money off of it? Plus a movie about him won an Oscar. His name is Michael Burry and he continues to rock the show even today. Over the last years he has posted many predictions on Twitter, and almost each one came true. The worst part is that he claims that the crisis of a century will happen in 2022-2023. Inflation is through the roof, interest rates are growing without stopping, overvaluation is everywhere, geopolitical conflicts. We have all reasons to believe that he will be right again. So what fate awaits us? Can you prepare for it? In this video I will look for the answers in Burry's tweets and actions on the market, and maybe together we can figure everything out. If you know nothing about Michael Burry, perhaps a movie can help. Go and watch The Big Short to better understand what happened in 2008. What was Burry's role in all that? But there's a shortened version. In 2008, Michael Burry, while analyzing the housing market, he noticed something strange. He noticed that people who bought houses were not paying their mortgage, which puts many loans at the brink of a default. Then he betted a whopping $1 billion against the market. His prediction of market collapse came true and he made an absurd amount of money. You may think that he benefited from regular people's misfortunes, but in reality, banks were the ones who owe him money. But how did he uncover that? Well, the main elements of his game were mortgage bonds and betting against them. Mortgage bonds or mortgage-backed security is a simple thing. A person who wants to buy a house asks banks for money. The bank loans those money and an individual now must pay them back with interest. If he is unable to pay back, the bank takes the house. There are hundreds and thousands of people bound their mortgage. Then the bigger investment bank comes and buys out all people's loans from small commercial ones that gave the loans in first place. The investment banks then bundle up mortgages in groups by risk, which are later divided even further to be sold to individual investors as stock. Burry, by analyzing data of those mortgages, saw that huge numbers of people were not paying their debt, even in low-risk groups. He saw an enormous overvaluation and people's inability to pay. And if people can pay, well, the banks lose money. If the banks lose, the investors who betted on the stock growth also lose. That's why Burry has decided to short those mortgage bonds, betted against the growth, and when that happened in 2008, he became insanely rich. Burry has been on fire with his tweets recently. Back in July, he revealed his bearish wager against Apple. Burry believes that Apple stock will likely plummet in the upcoming months. This quarter alone, the stocks has already plummeted by 16%. Burry thinks that can be a signal to something big. Another well-known investor, Warren Buffett, believes in Apple and points out that since the end of the 2018, the stock price has quadrupled. Each investor is right. Buffett in the long term and Burry in the short term. Earlier in 2021, he has predicted the downfall of Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies. He said that when Bitcoin was hitting 60k, but look at it now, it's only 20k. That's 3 times less than a year ago, and the tendency is still the same. This year he tweeted crypto crash, check, meme, crash, check, SPAC, crash, check, inflation, check, 2000, check, 2008, check, 2022, check. The man is confident in his words, because these words do came true. Burry's rivalry with Tesla deserves another video, but long story short, he has made numerous predictions about Tesla, and only some of them came true. Burry often tweets about enormous overvaluation of Tesla stocks, success of competitors, etc. In 2021, he has shorting Tesla pretty hard, but in 2022 he decided to back off. Just in August, he sold all of his stocks but one, Geo Group. He even bought some. To most people, it seemed like a controversial decision, but if we take his tweets into account, we will see a bigger picture. This company, Geo Group, provides private, correctional, detention, mental health, and residential treatment facilities in the US and overseas. Before that, he has tweeted a lot about white-collar crisis and nearing recession. During the recession, the unemployment rate skyrockets and also do the crime rates. In such conditions, private detention facilities can experience significant growth. Yes, this bet isn't the largest one of him, but it certainly can be a source of huge profits. It looks like Burry is mostly right. This guy knows how to make money. Michael Burry has predicted many bubbles and made tremendous amounts of money by shorting companies after those bubbles have bursted. The majority of his recent predictions too came true, and judging by the state of the modern world, it's not difficult to understand why he may be right. The inflation and overvaluation of everything should be enough to see the full picture. Burry has made several several tweets claiming the US dollar to be weak. He says that continuously rising inflation erodes the currency, decreasing its buying power. He just may be right. Did you know that in 2020 the USA has printed $9 trillion to help the economy after the COVID hit? This action has increased the world's inflation by roughly 5%. 5% all around the globe. And it didn't stop there. When inflation is on the rise, it is almost impossible to stop it. And when inflation is combined with growing unemployment rates, overvaluated housing and global militaristic conflicts, 1929 happens. I can't make definitive statement whether Burry is right about the recession or not, but all the evidence point at high probability of him being right once again. Some of you have probably even experienced the Bitcoin fall, the unemployment, production shortage, inflation. What do you all think? Is Burry onto something? Let's discuss the future together. Share your thoughts in the comments down below and I will read them all. Maybe together we will find a way. See you in the next one. Peace.